All right, now we are going to cover the pipeline. We're going to cover the pipeline in the Passion Product Launch Funnel. This is a one-page map to help you understand basically all the working pieces of a general lead generation or business funnel. Okay, so there are three specific lanes. There are three specific sections. There's the attract piece, there's the engage and nurture piece, and then there's a conversion piece. Now, we're going to get more deeply into the specific mechanics, and we'll have templates and frameworks to help you dig in and to flesh all these out for your specific business and your niche. And before you do this, you'll have to have gone through the entire passion, message, and spear, because those are pieces of the puzzle that have to be done in order to create an effective funnel before you launch it. So, following the rule of ones, basically we want to get as narrow as we can. We want to start wide. As a funnel starts wide and it goes narrow, and to be able to go wide again. What that means is wide, narrow, wide. In other words, your funnel is going to bring in a lot of people, but it's going to get narrow. In other words, that every time you move people through a funnel, there's attrition. There's people that get they fall off for whatever reason. They get distracted. Life happens, or they change careers. All kinds of things can happen for them to fall off of the actual conveyor belt or the funnel. But we're going to help you create a lean, mean funnel using the rule of one, so that you can make it as lean as possible and help to move them through and identify your perfect prospects and customers as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So, without any further delay, let's check it out. The attract lane usually has three specific pieces. There's a traffic source, there's an opt-in or squeeze page, and then there's a thank you page. All right, and you'll notice these stars on here. These just mean there are specific conversions that have happened. All right, so these are lead conversions. These are client prospect to client conversions, and these are purchase conversions. So let's check out the traffic sources. In all traffic sources, there are both paid ads or paid traffic sources, and there are organic traffic sources. What's the big difference? Let's name some pros or cons. The pros of paid ads is that you can, with some channel sources, you can really get highly targeted, and you can really scale, and you can really focus, and you can split test. You can do all kinds of amazing things with paid traffic. The other pro is that you can turn traffic on like a switch. In other words, you can have, as soon as your funnel's up and ready, your products are ready to launch, you can have traffic coming in the next hour to be looking at your products and services. As long as you've done all the groundwork and built the systems and the machine behind it to be able to take the traffic, then you can flip a switch. Different places to get this traffic could be like Facebook, LinkedIn ads, pay-per-click ads, or they're also known as cost per action ads. And Google and other search engines are known for these. You can build squeeze cards, which we have done. Those are paid, but those are a little bit kind of a hybrid. In other words, it's basically a business card, but it has a call to action on it instead of just being these bland, generic business cards. We'll show you some examples in the training on that, how you can create a squeeze card. Basically, it's like a little tiny ad that sends them to a specific page so they can download or get some kind of advantage, solve a problem, or get some benefit from you for free. It's leveraged. There's conventional ads, radio, television, newspaper, direct mail, all these kind of things. And the thing about these is they're trackable and they're scalable. Okay, that's very important. Now let's look at organic. The cons of organic are that you can't flip them on like a switch. They take a long time to build. They take consistent effort. This is like referral networking, word of mouth. Organic search engine results they take a lot of time, backlinks, and quality articles. That's where I actually cut my teeth in affiliate marketing, was through writing reviews and learning how to convert cold traffic to buying customers through different stores like Amazon and other online affiliate partners. So I was selling products and services by basically thoroughly reviewing them and then getting my pages ranked in Google to get free traffic there so that I can convert that free traffic to income, and I generated a decent passive income from that. So you can do that, but organic takes time and it takes consistent effort. It's like pushing a boulder, and eventually that boulder gets momentum. And if you push it far enough, 5, 10, 15, 20% of your momentum can carry that very, very far. I've had organic traffic working for me for several years, bringing in residual income. Not on a major scale, but on enough scale to understand how it works and to be able to teach it and to be able to help other people create revenue streams from it. So, the benefit of organic is it can become free. It can become free traffic, free referrals, free prospects, and clients. But it takes a long time and a lot of work to develop that reputation in the search engine or reputation in the real world. So we're looking for something that follows the SAM method: scalable, affordable, and measurable. In other words, if you can't measure it, if you can't measure your return on investment, if you can't track it, then you can't measure it. We want to get good at tracking so we know where our best conversions, where our best traffic sources are, where we're getting our best leads, where we're getting our best clients and customers. And what's so interesting about Facebook ads, pay-per-click ads, and Google, and all these different kind of ad channels is that they're getting so good at targeting people based on demographics and psychographics, which is another module that you'll do before you actually build your funnel. That's in the passion module, which we have a complete training on that. So you want to dig into that first before you do this. So again, paid ads, you can turn them on like a switch. They take money to continue to build and develop. If you have money, this is the best place to start. But you also have to. You can also scale them. This is what you can scale. You can scale it fast. Okay. Organic is like search engine marketing without the pay-per-click ads. The organic results, word of mouth, referral network, all that stuff. You can't turn it on like a switch. It's slow and long, but it can actually be like, it can build some incredible momentum. So eventually you might want to have, depending on your business model, you might want to have both. If you don't have a lot of money but you have time, you probably need to start it organic. In other words, if you can get the word of mouth out there and do face-to-face handshakes, phone calls, or work on articles and backlinks for search engine optimization, you might have to start there if you don't have enough money to get the word out. You might just have to do the groundwork for several months to get ranked in a search engine or to show up so that you start to get some traffic. So this is traffic, okay? That's the first part of the attraction phase. The next one is an opt-in or squeeze page. We call this, we call on the squeeze page, we call our way into the market a spear. It's also known as a lead magnet, but you may have heard tip of the spear, our way to very pointedly break into a market. The spear for us is basically a lead magnet that solves a specific problem in a short period of time for your ideal prospect. And it basically is used to draw them in and say, hey, if I download this, I'll give you my name and email, and I'll download this, whatever it is, a video, training guide, PDF, something simple that's easy to consume and brings high value and high solution. So you don't want things that are long and big and difficult to consume or takes forever to consume or are complicated. You want something you want to solve a problem quickly and establish a problem solution series for them very quickly, and they can consume it easily. And you also want this to be leveraged, so it's automated. It's usually digital so that it doesn't cost you anything. You can get into mailed lead magnets if that's your business. If you find out that it's harder to reach your prospects online and more through mail is easier, then you can do it that way. It's just tracking is a little bit more challenging. So you want to add value. You want to align that with your ad, your headline, your image, your compliance. And you want to have minimal fields. This is to reduce friction from them coming from a paid ad or a traffic source to get into your engagement nurture series. Okay, so as soon as they opt in using your spear, your lead magnet, they want your lead magnet. They want this spear to solve a problem, to really, point a specific problem and solve it. Then we've got a whole module on how to develop that tip of the spear, and that's in another module. You'll finish that before you actually build your funnel. Then your thank you page. You will have a thank you page, and this star represents a conversion. That means they came to your squeeze page, they saw your spear, your lead magnet, they opted in. They gave you some minimal information, such as a name and an email, and they're standing forward and they're saying, yes, I'd like you to market to me. I'm giving you a chance to earn my trust. I'm giving you a chance to help me to know, like, and trust you to decide if I want to purchase or continue this relationship. So you think about a relationship, that's what this does. And so when they get here on this page, you generally want an ACT video. We call it an ACT video. It says AC for authority and connection, but it's also to build trust. So you want to build your authority quickly. You want to connect with them, let them see you're a human being. You care about them. You have a real solution, and that you're trustworthy. So know, like, and trust is the idea there. This is where you reveal also one of your 3 unique mechanisms. We teach you how to build a unique mechanism, which so you can stand out from all of your competition, be completely unique, have a unique solution, a brand that stands out and shows that you have a solution that's different than everyone else's. It has a unique approach. And we show you how to build one of those. There's only 3 kinds of unique mechanisms that are possible in the world. And when you go through the unique mechanism training, you will completely understand those 3 kinds. And you'll see advertising through a completely different set of lenses. You'll also realize you'll see people who are just not doing marketing effectively at all, because you'll see, wow, they don't have any kind of unique mechanism. They look like everyone else in their space. You know, think about realtors. All they're doing is putting up a face and a phone number and a company. You know, they're trying to brand out there like a big brand, and they don't know how to. And so they blend in. So if they happen to like your face and they happen to see your face and they happen to call you, great. But if there's no unique mechanism, there's no reason for me to choose you over someone else. We teach you how to build those in the training. Also, social proof. You got to have some social proof, which shows basically that means other people like me are doing this, so I should try to do it too. In other words, there's all kinds of ways to show social proof. You just have testimonials, video testimonials, things like that. And then you want to stretch the gap in this area. In other words, you want to take them from these little solutions that you're going to solve for them for free, and you want to stretch the gap. There's 2 kind of gaps here that we're going to show you how to stretch. One is the gap between where they are now and where they want to be, and the gap where they are now and what they want to avoid. So when you help them, basically your solution is going to show them how to get closer or how to achieve that goal. Your solution is the bridge that goes over that gap. In other words, without your solution, they're not going to be able to solve the problem. They're not going to be able to reach the dreams, goals, and things they aspire and achieve and want to do. And they're not going to be able to move further away from the things that they dislike or want to avoid. So that's what stretching the gap is. Also, another way to stretch the gap is to basically say, if we were talking 12 months from now, it's to get them to dream. What would be different? What would your life look like? What would your business be different? How would it be different? What would change? And then you can basically explain to them that when you stretch, that after you stretch that gap for them, if 12 months we're still talking, what kind of things you want different? What's going to be better? What will you have achieved and attained? Then you show them basically, great, I have a plan, I have a method, and I can help you bridge that gap. Okay. So then we're going to also work on your IP factory, your intellectual property factory, to help you develop your own intellectual property that can be your own companies, and help you further stand out and be unique and create trust, create a systematic approach, create something that allows people to see that you have a unique approach, products, services, and solution. So those are the 3 pieces of the attract lane: traffic source, your opt-in or squeeze page with your spear lead magnet, and the thank you page with your ACT video, your authority, connection, and trust video. Okay. Now at this time, they're going from a cold suspect and they're beginning to warm up. In other words, this is the doorway right here. This opt-in and squeeze page, the thank you page and video, that's the doorway to help you, to help them to begin to be marketed to begin to say, I want to learn more from you. I want to know if you're someone who I want to purchase from or get to know more. Okay. When we build out a funnel and ads, we're going to use the rule of ones, like I said earlier, but more specifically, we show you how to do that when we get into the ads module, and to show you how to develop specific ads and really narrow down your target from your research, so that you can make sure that you're making a lean funnel. Okay. The problem is that a lot of people try to advertise on a shoestring budget or on an entrepreneurial budget. They try to advertise like Walmart or some of these big companies, and they go through branding instead of understanding that they have to really advertise very much more narrowly, and they really need to niche it. They need to have one lean pipeline for every specific target and every specific solution, and that's how you really get traction and are able to scale. Otherwise, if you have too many variables, you don't have the budget or the ability to be able to optimize, to be able to improve on every step, because every step between these stages is a place where people fall off or where conversions reduce. So the more you're able to test these things, the better you're able to see where people are falling off, and then you can begin to split test, A/B test things very easily to be able to improve on those and to create, much more ROI on this end for what you're putting in over here on the traffic source end. Okay, when we get to the engage and nurture phase, that's the second part. That's the second phase of a pipeline, of a funnel. Okay, you're warming these prospects up, and you're helping to nurture them from left to right to get them to become a client, to get them to either pick up the phone, to fill out a survey, or to purchase a product, service, or whatever your conversion event will be over here. So this is your nurture pipeline. It could be something as simple as a webinar series, or a series of solutions. In other words, like you pose a problem. You want to know their 3 biggest problems that they have. That's why there's 3 here. There may be more, there may be less. But the point is, your first message will tackle their first problem, and it'll show them how to solve it. You'll show them they say the what and not the how. But you give them enough information and arm them so that they know you know what you're talking about, and they can go and do some action. They can take action upon this first message. You'll use things like the media channels will be blogs, videos, pages, text, whatever these things are. We show you how to piece these together very simply without getting frustrated and without being overwhelmed by all the technology or the internet to make this lean and effective, and also how to track it. You will also have retargeting ads. On each of these stages, you will have retargeting ads that we will show you how to set up through either Facebook or through different ad channels to be able to do this. This nurture pipeline, let's see, you get them for the first message, you solve a problem for them, and then what you do at the end of this first problem is you show them the solution, and then you show them what their next problem is going to be. You introduce it, you tease them here, and then you get them to open the next one or go to the next solution. So you have a problem and a solution, you have a problem and a solution, then you have a third problem and a solution. You're showing them how easily you can help them solve their 3 biggest problems. And then at the end of that, you lead them, you show them the door, you show them what's next. You lead them very clearly with one action, whether it's a phone call, a type of triage call, or a strategy session or a deep dive session, whether it's paid or free. That's what you will determine and test when you build your pipeline. Okay. Now, through this process, we also show you how to set up your email and your page content so that it's effective and lean. We walk you through we have different kinds of email series that have been proven to work to get as the highest number of these people to get over to here. Okay, from the thank you page to being marketed to converting to a conversion event, whether it's a purchase, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a triage phone call or a strategy session or a filter or whatever that, whether it's to apply for a certain program that you have to be approved or disapproved, or to purchase. We show you how to set up your thank you email with your call to action, a walkthrough email, stories, testimonials, pings, which is basically asking them questions, letting them respond and seeing who responds, problem solution types of emails, and rinse and repeat. We also have other walkthroughs, other different formats that are also as effective that you can put in and test. Okay, then once they get over here to this point where you can see the color, they're going from cold to warming up to a client. This is your conversion area. This is where you're going to convert them, where your system is going to convert them from your nurture marketing campaign into some kind of conversion event. There are different kind of conversion events depending on your market, depending on your product, depending on your solutions, depending on your services, depending on your prospect. So, and there's different ways to test these and track them to find out which ones are the best. It does take some investment, does take some money, some time to set these up, and also to test and optimize. And we also show you how Facebook ads and other ads can learn and optimize on their own and things like that to continue to improve your ROI for this. Okay, these algorithms are set up very uniquely, and they're all different. There's pros and cons to each one of them, but we show you how you can leverage those to get the most ROI as you learn this process and how to improve. So in the conversion, the third part of your funnel, there's going to be, basically it's green. You're converting them from being in a nurturing process to becoming a customer client. There's all kinds of conversion funnels and events. There's liquidation funnels where you're selling something small like a low-end product or a book or a record or something that's small and doesn't cost much. There are other conversion events such as a deep dive session where they can test you out for an hour or two or something like that, where you actually get paid to do some deep dive coaching for them. It's like a trial. You're trying them out, they're trying you out to see if the chemistry's there, if the delivery's right, and if you're the right fit. Okay. There's also products, upsells, downsells, and cross sells and things you can do like that. There's all kinds of reasons to build a funnel. The number one reason is we want to find customers, clients to serve with our products, solutions, and products. And there are several different ways to do this and different orders to do this conversion event. So in the training, we also have frameworks for how to do these calls, how to filter the calls to make sure that you're getting the right people on the phone, that you're not wasting time. At first, if you're brand new, we have you take most or all of your calls so that you can get some recon. You can talk to some of these people face to face, ask some specific questions, and begin to really learn their heart, really learn what's going on in the marketplace, not just from your research that you did over here, but by talking to people who are really wanting to buy from you. They just don't know how to buy from you, if they want to buy from you, or if you have the right products and solutions and services at the right price points and the right duration and all that stuff. We go through all of that in the training. Additionally, we have different kinds of calls or strategy sessions and how those are set up, frameworks for you to build out your own calls or strategy sessions. We have different ways to filter them, whether you do it before or after a call, and how to set these up in order to make sure that you're getting the maximum value and the maximum service out of your pipeline or your funnel. And then sometimes they might apply for a program, or they might purchase something. When they purchase something, we go through your 7 product pillars. We have a whole framework for that shows you how to go from your free products, which are your training products, all the way up to your recurring revenue model products, your core products, your low products, your mid products, your high-end products, your joint venture products, all these different products that you can flesh out on here to find basically the 80-20 leverage points of your business. You may offer 1 or 2 products right now, but when you go through the 7 product pillars, you'll begin to discover, man, if I just change the formality of this, I change the deliverability of this, the mode, I can actually take a group of customers. I may have 1,000 customers who are making $150,000 to $250,000 a year off of this core group of people. And if I change the modality of which I'm delivering in the price point, let's say I turn a coaching program into an online membership with videos and things like that, I could take a $100,000 a year business and turn it into a $300,000 a year business just by offering it in a different format and more convenience and a different price point, or through a membership. We go through all of that in the 7 product pillars training. So the whole point of the funnel is to follow the rule of ones, to get really lean, to be able to track everything. And we show you how to set up the pixels, all the technology, all the Google Analytics, whatever you need in order to thoroughly see through your funnel, like with X-ray vision, where people are getting stuck and how to improve. We show you how to set up the retargeting ads also that help nurture people through here, as well as the different emails that help nurture them through and bring the right ones to the top and filter out the ones who would just be wasting your time. Now, and we help you use this system to create an automated selling machine where it goes from a cold suspect to a warming up prospect to a client to a raving fan. So through that, we have 7 specific phases in order to do that. Those 7 phases are the passion, the message, the spear, the pipeline, the blueprint, the machine, and the launch. And there are two other modules, which are the duplicate and multiply. But we want to get you to launch a pipeline that is ROI positive. And once you get it to that point, then you can begin to scale, duplicate, and multiply your business. But until you get all of these foundations built and in order, and you understand how they work and how to improve them, how to track them, how to make them effectively ROI positive, that is our first goal. That's the first launch goal to get you there. Now, we're going to help you launch your passion into an online business in 90 days or less without the technology confusion and the internet, the overwhelm of the internet. So in the first stage of the training, you will have 3 modules. There's the passion, the message, and the spear. The passion is developed to take you from questioning to clarity. It really digs in deep into the complete passion, the prospect, the problem, the puzzle, and all these things that in your market to really understand your market and your niche, so that you will no longer have questions about any of it. You'll have complete clarity on not only who you're serving, how to serve them, where to find them, where to serve them, and how to reach them. The message is the second module, and that really gets into the marketing message and helping to really understand how to change your website and how to change your messaging so that it goes from a confusing message where people come to your website or your material, it's kind of vague, to very compelling, very clear, and very motivating to get them to move forward and to know, like, and trust you. The third module is the spear module. This is also called a lead magnet. It's a tip of the spear. In other words, it's how you go from this scattered approach where you're wasting a lot of time, valuable time, hours, dollars, and what could be productivity. You're scattered in your marketing and your efforts and your money and your time to getting it completely on target. So you're no longer questioning. You're no longer questioning, and you're no longer wasting money trying to generate leads. This is basically how you stand out and generate leads, and you do it effectively. You have to be on target, and all the modules train you how to do that. So basically, stage 1, by properly staging your launch, you will be able to build the rest. You have to properly stage it. If you know anything about rocket science, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I got to listen to one time, and he talked about how rockets, in order to break through the atmosphere, they have to be staged at certain areas. And he was explaining, and in business is the same way. When businesses plateau, they are at a critical place where they're no longer growing. If they don't learn how to properly stage and launch again with something new, something breakthrough, then that business will begin to decline. And a lot of businesses that go out of business, they never learn how to stage and then use the stage that they've built to go to a higher and higher stage. So properly staging your funnel is so critical, and you have to make sure you do the work and do it well so that you get the best ROI on your first funnel. So you must first get your passion, your message, and your spear right so you can transition from your passion to your plan. And for your clients, they can be transitioned from confusion to clarity. The second phase, or the second stage, is where you actually automate. Okay, the first one was your analysis phase. The second one is your automate stage. And this is where you look at your pipeline and your blueprint and your machine. You actually develop your pipeline, your products, your 7 product pillars, and your blueprint for a perfect landing page and website and all these other parts of your funnel. And then you actually put them together in a machine. So your pipeline will take your web presence from a leaky bucket to an airtight pipeline where you're not losing things, where you're really tracking and you're able to tighten it up and really put money in one end and get more money out the other. It takes your website and your advertising from from a slot machine where you never know what you're going to get to an ATM machine where you have a predictable result. The blueprint will take anything you put online or in print or in advertising. You take it from bland to engaging, from basically blending in to standing out. We teach you all the critical core elements through the blueprint phase to really know anytime you're going to print something or put it out there to advertise, that you're going to make sure that you have all the evidence and all the assets on that particular media, whether it's print, whether it's video, whether it's an advertisement, whether it's a web page, a blog post, whatever. We're going to help you to make sure you stay within your blueprint so that all of your content goes from bland to engaging, and it actually helps you go from not converting to converting. Okay? The third part, the machine, is where really we put it all together. Okay, we work together to put this thing together, and it basically helps you go from working solo, where everything sales marketing depends on you and your efforts, to a system, to an automated system, so that you can leverage technology, you can leverage all this information, you can leverage social media, Facebook ads, web pages. You can leverage all this stuff to create a system that nurtures and brings leads in for you, so you're no longer chasing people as a solo entrepreneur or agent or whatever, and you have a system that brings leads to you. Okay, so get that picture. You're no longer chasing, they're coming after you. Okay, and they're coming up to your door, they're asking and purchasing, and they want to talk to you because the system works, because you've built a system that nurtures them properly and creates the know, like, and trust value. Okay, and so stage 2, it requires that you choose the right kind of pipeline. We show you different kinds of pipelines you can build. You get the right assets on all of your pages and build the proper automated selling machine before you actually launch. See, in order to go fishing, you have to first know where to fish. All right, and then you have to have the right equipment and the right bait and all that stuff. You do all the preparation beforehand, and you have the right boat, or you fish from offshore. If you don't have these things done first, then there's no point in going fishing. If you have tears in your nets, or if you have terrible bait, you have the wrong bait, you're not going to catch any fish. So all the preparation in stage 1 and 2 gets you ready for the launch. Okay, so when you do this and you do it well, this will take your business from a rickshaw. You've seen a rickshaw where you got to run people around one or two at a time in a little cart that you got to pull by your blood, sweat, and tears, to a race car. In other words, and your prospects will go from lost to led. So you're going to build an engine, a machine that does all the heavy lifting for you, okay, and brings the right people towards you and repels the wrong people away from you, the time wasting. And I'm not trying to demote them or demean them. They're just not right for you. They're in the system. Well, and this machine will help you to filter them and to get the best ROI for your ad spend. And it'll also help your prospects from going to a website or advertising where that you blend in and they don't know how to differentiate you from anyone else, to being led. When you're leading someone, you're actually caring for them. So through doing your work through this, you're actually showing them that you care enough about them, and then to be able to serve them, to be able to show them the right way, to bring them clarity and a real solution and a complete roadmap, and show them how to put the puzzle together so that they can know, like, and trust you. And finally, stage 3 is the setup, the launch of your ad campaign, and adjusting the flight of your launch to ensure your success. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Not every single launch works. You can do all this work, and you still have to learn how to properly track and position ads. You have to learn the different kinds of ads and how to work those different kinds of ads and how to set up the proper targeting so that you are actually getting an ROI return, a positive ROI for your ad spend. So essentially, you may launch 3 to 4 funnels or 3 to 4 ad campaigns at first, and maybe only one of them will be positive. That's okay. That's normal. That's why you test and you improve. And that's why you split test. Okay, so we're going to show you how to do that, how to set up split test, how to split test any piece of your funnel to make sure you know exactly where you need to improve and when to improve it. And not only that, but frameworks on how to improve it. So here you will transition your business from being prepared, from doing all this preparation to where you've done all this homework and this blood, sweat, and tears to be prepared, to prospering. And then your prospects will go from being unknown to satisfied raving fans. And they will go from not knowing you to knowing, liking, and trusting you and buying from you. That is the whole process for stage 3. And that's the launch. That's going from prepared to producing. Okay, and that's the entire roadmap for the Passion Product Launch system and the training. And I hope that this makes sense to you. I hope that you're excited. I'm excited for you. I know that when I started in this business years ago, I was only given pieces of the puzzle. I worked in the trenches for years behind scenes, helping clients, helping nonprofits, helping businesses, helping entrepreneurs. But everything I had to learn was difficult and hard because there weren't a lot of complete systems and training out there. Now there's gurus and coaches and things that are getting better at that. But this system is lean, it's mean, and it's meant to help you cut through all the clutter, do exactly what you need to do, and also gives you options for getting into depth in specific areas when you need to dig deep and get more depth so that you can be more effective. Okay, so it clears out all the confusion, all the internet noise, and shows you how to use the rule of ones to really make an effective launch strategy for your business, taking your passion, your idea into an online business, converting it into an online converting lead generation machine or business in 90 days or less without all the overwhelm of the internet and all the technology confusion. So the next thing to do is jump in, get started on the training, and if you have any questions, ask. Good luck.